Welcome to another informative and insightful episode of AAU Talks, the voice of higher education in Africa. My name is Ajiman Oshadakum. And you know, when the month, or also when the world where sustainability is in vogue, it means that everybody is thinking of ways and means to make what they do sustainable. And sustainability, all in a sense, means that meeting your needs or meeting the needs for the current generation, and also not compromising the ability of the future generation to also meet their own needs as well. So everybody is thinking of how they can generate environmental friendly products that will be able to keep the society or the environment in good shape for the future. And you know, it's not for innovation and technology. So we're looking at how we can build technological, innovative, and entrepreneurial development all on the grounds of sustainability. And I have with me here a special guest to discuss this wonderful topic. So you don't have to go anywhere. You have to stick with me. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, I'll let you know who he is. And as usual, we zoom right to discussion. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to AAU Talks, the voice of higher education in Africa, and I am Ajiman Ochodak, and I'm glad to welcome you back onto the show. And before we went for the break, I told you about what we're doing today, and we're looking at building sustainable technological innovation and entrepreneurial development. You know, technology is the catalyst that helps us to do things faster and easier. Innovation is when we do things much more better than what it used to be. And entrepreneurship is when opportunities are found. So with me in the studio is Professor Ben Honyenugah, and he is the Vice Chancellor of the whole Technical University and also the chairperson of the Vice Chancellor of Technical Universities in Ghana. And Prof, I'm glad to have you in my studio today.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. How has been your day?
Very well. It's an exciting day working here and there. You know, the Vice Chancellor, you are on duty 24/7. So we keep working for God and country.
Great. You know, the AAU TV is thinking of zooming into the lives of Vice Chancellor to see how is it like to be a Vice Chancellor in a day.
That would be lovely.
So we're getting close to your gate and seeing how things are done.
That would be lovely.
But we understand that you are an ardent advocate of technology, innovation, and entrepreneurial development on the facets of sustainability.
Yeah.
How has this cause been for you, championing as the chairperson of, all technical universities in Ghana?
Thank you very much. The issue of sustainable technologies, innovation, and entrepreneurship development are at the very core of all the technical universities in Ghana.
Great.
Let me start by saying that we have been converted to be universities, but with a mindset of a technical university. So technical is central.
I like that.
To our university.
Okay.
We are a university like any other, but the difference we bring on board is that we are technical. What does that mean? It means that whichever level you are expected to not only acquire knowledge, but you are expected to apply that knowledge within a context of the users of that knowledge, but at the same time having in mind the environmental sustainability. We in the technical universities in Ghana have been championing the issue of sustainability, innovation, and then entrepreneurship development, which is part of our organizing principles. We have been converted to bridge the gap, technological gap, to bridge the innovation gap, and to ensure that we give our students the very best of employable skills. That is why you see entrepreneurship as the center of whatever we do. You will recall, and it's all over, we have said this many times, that Ghana, on its path to growth, started when they said on your marks at independence. We were on the same line with South Korea.
Yeah.
We were told, we read, and we know. Perhaps we were even doing better than South Korea. But what magic did South Korea use? They used technology, education, entrepreneurship, and they are where we are. I'm sure if you check your phone, it's either made in South Korea or China or some Malaysia, the Asian tigers.
Yeah.
And so we in the technical universities have been challenged to work towards bridging this gap. It's not an easy task, but as leaders of these technical universities, together with our faculty, staff, and students, we are determined. It is for this reason that we held the first Applied Research Conference in Ho 2 years ago. We were the Honorable Osafo Mafo was there. The Honorable Gifty Ampofo, the Deputy Minister in charge of TVET at the time, was there together with many, many other dignitaries. Even some came from Germany.
Yeah.
Because one of the ideals that we have been given is to mimic the German approach to development, where they pay attention to education with technology.
Yeah.
You will be marveled to have seen what really went on in Ho, the very maiden conference that we had. The aim is to exhibit, to demonstrate the technologies that we have been working with over the years. You know, there are a lot of things happening in each of the technical universities, and myself, I was marveled. And having held that successful research conference, we call it Applied Research Conference.
Yeah. Not
only any research, but research for impact. We saw Takoradi was there with their technologies, Accra was there, Kumasi was there, Sunyani, Bolga, Tamale, all the 10 technical universities were there, competing against each other, but at the same time with a common purpose. So we said, wow, having held the first one, let us hold a second Applied Research Conference with the theme Sustainable Technologies, Innovation, and Entrepreneurial Development. So it is not just a research conference, but it is research and innovation conference with a mind on the environment. And we have challenged ourselves that who come with all the technologies you are working with together. And when I say technologies, it cuts across. Even we have business technologies, computer science people, automobile people, because we want to see, in addition to what Apostle Safo and Co are doing, we in the technical universities should challenge and beat the other producers of automobile to it. It should come from nowhere other than the technical universities. But at the same time, we want to see our students move on to become and even beat the Zuckerbergs of our day using these technologies and applying it to employ themselves and employ others. That is the very reason why we have set up this conference. And I believe it's not just going to be a talk show. It is a conference that we are targeting the private sector, that we are working with the industries, which are helping us to train our students. Because training of students in the technical universities is a different ball game. It is not just a classroom work. And our lecturers are being conscientized to see themselves as academics, but at the same time as practitioners. This is what we stand for, and we believe that we'll be able to execute that.
Great, that's fantastic. Great vision that you put out there. But you know, you mentioned that students coming from technical universities must be able to rub shoulders with the Elon Musk and Zuckerbergs, because they've also been through such hands. But we'll have to now take a look at some of the innovation quotients that are aligned as criteria to assess these students. What is the basic training for students in technical universities that we should expect such innovation from and creativity from to rub shoulders with the big names when it comes to IT and tech?
Thank you very much. Thank you for this question. We have a three-way approach to training our students, because as I indicated, we are training the students for impact. So the usual classroom that you and I have gone through, lecturer comes in, and then we listen and all that. Our approach, which is even embedded in our law, is a competency-based approach to training. What that means is this: the lecturer comes in. The lecturer is no longer a lecturer per se, but the lecturer is seen as a facilitator. One of the ways to innovate is not to pump knowledge into the heads of people, but to facilitate for them to be creative and to be able to come out with their ideas. Yeah. So the lecturer is a facilitator in the classroom. So classroom work is done. When the classroom work is done, the student moves to the field or the laboratory. Whether group work, individual work, the student moves there under supervision of the facilitator or facilitators. And the third approach to that is the student moves to industry. Yeah. That is why when you go to any technical university today, be it Ho, be it Tamale, be it Accra, we have signed MOUs with captains of industry in this country and beyond. What those MOUs are expected to do is to facilitate training, internship, and we have also blocked in the in a curriculum a whole semesters or more, sometimes a whole academic year, the students stay in industry. Minimum of four months to about 6 months. So when they are in industry, their facilitators become the industry supervisor. Not just in the industry, because we assess to find out which industries are worth dealing with. Because when the students go there, we appoint workplace supervisors. Okay. And they take the student through the modern technology that they might not have found in the classroom, things that they might not have found in the field, but they tell them they expose them to the real life work situation. So the student comes back. So the student write the normal exams, do the normal assignment, produce project reports, produce industry reports. We take report from the industry, and then the student is said to be what? Competent. Or he has graduated. Okay. He has qualified to have a degree. It is not just having a degree, a paper, but we challenge the students. Having taken them through all this, they are supposed to apply it. So you find a number of small and medium enterprises today being led by some of our students. We are conscious, want to do, and one at the core of our work is to do a tracer study of where the students are. GTech is even leading IFC to support us to do that, so that we can tell our story. And so to make that impact, and also to let Ghanaians know that the technical university idea, it is good and is meant to make that difference. We want to have this conference as one aspect of exhibiting. In other words, it's an open day to the people of Ghana that are invited to Accra Technical University to come look at some of the things that are coming from the technical universities. Whether you are in fashion, whether you are in hospitality, whether you are in automobile, whether you are in computer science. And I can tell you the things that are happening in the technical universities, and we are not talking about them. Yeah. When you come to that conference, you will see.
Interestingly, is the issue of, not long ago, like let's say 5 years now,
yes,
there was this elevation from just polytechnics to technical universities.
Sure.
So some people was like, okay, now polytechnics are now going to be universities.
Yeah.
Some say, oh, now I think we're taking away the poly because of the stigma it brought to people that it was inferior. So now means that it's now superior.
Yeah.
But what has changed? Because we know that the basic challenge of not having adequate infrastructure has been underlying.
Yeah.
But a technical university means a combo effect.
Yeah.
Has that also trickled down into infrastructure as well?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Ajuma. I think it's, let me approach this question in a way, not to also say that all is well. Of course, we are technical universities. We are in Ghana. We are public sector universities, public funded universities.
Okay.
So the challenges of the public sector surely are also associated with us. But I must confess that we have made significant progress. We have our laboratories. Recently we had, through the AVIC project that was launched by His Excellency the Vice President some time ago, through CTVET, we have some of our laboratories equipped with modern equipment and machinery.
Okay.
So you visit any of the technical universities today, be it Cape Coast, Takoradi, wherever you want, Kumasi, you find laboratory equipment and machinery that you may not even find in some of our already existing universities.
Yeah.
So that far, we are making progress. That's why I said, I'm not saying that all is rosy, so that if you want to help us, you will see we are okay. But I believe in the opportunities rather than the challenges. What we have, if we are able to turn it round, we turn what we have round, I think that we will live in we will be in a better situation than we found ourselves. The technical university idea has to work for Ghana. And that is why even right at its inception, we were reminded, please mimic the German approach to doing things. Very soon, and I know it will come, very soon, those who shy away from the technical universities and want to just have a degree somewhere, and it's already even happening, people complete degree somewhere that they realize that I need something to do in the technical university that will give me the employable skills, that will give me a job.
Yeah.
That is the gap we are feeling. The unemployment challenge that this country is fraught with. The technical universities believe that given the needed environment, the people we train should be able to use their hands to make that difference. The skills training, which has eluded us for some time.
Yeah.
There are people who argue, oh, we shouldn't have converted them to universities. But you know, the psychology of your child grows, in fact, when you have a child, right from class 1, the average Ghanaian parent, so well, you are going to go to university because they see what university people do in the society. So it's no longer going to say you are going to go to polytechnic where people feel that, not that polytechnic idea was in good. We could have remained a polytechnic and still deepen, because I know polytechnics in the world which are even running PhD program. Yeah. But the mandate at the time was limited. Yeah. But with a technical university, our mandate has been widened, our scope of doing things. But at the same time, if a child goes out somewhere to do electrical engineering and also comes to technical university, the technical university graduate is taken through processes, the 3 processes which are described, such that he is not going to come out before learning the name of a tester or whatever. He takes the basis and grow with it. So we have students today who have finished BTech in automobile engineering, some of our graduates. People, you just call them to come, because the cars that have come today are sophisticated. It is no longer picking hammer and hitting metal if you want to repair something. It's about technology. He uses a little computer and then diagnose, repair. Why would such a student be looking for a non-existing job somewhere when you can do something? I always say, for example, we have a lot of people we have trained in hospitality. You come to work, you are hungry, you are thinking of where to eat. You are not sure whether you're going to get typhoid or whatever. But they have been trained through these processes of assuring, giving good food, whether it's African cuisine or continental. They should go out and put a pot there and challenge the waakye seller somewhere and cook the waakye traditionally and with modern approach and see what that can be in their life. Because after all, the McDonald's, how did they start? Because all of us are eating fast food. Sometimes I leave I'm in Accra 2-3 days. What am I eating? I don't carry my pot with me. So if I know there are products who challenge themselves, you finish fashion. Look at what we are all wearing. Who does it? Who is the person who is supposed to sew it? It is the designer. So look at the beautiful shirt you are wearing. It's not just the normal approach to tailoring or whatever. You go, the person tells you the measurement. Okay, it doesn't really fit you, but take it. Like people, the accounts will say. No, this is what we are challenging our students. And so, as part of the conference, we want them to come and innovate. This shirt you have seen on my host. How will you turn it around so that next time you're hosting the program, the shirt is different? This is the idea we are bringing on board. And we believe our Greek people, what can they innovate? In fact, I was telling, and you might have seen on social media recently, I have my team, for example, in who I have seen baobab tree grow. It fruits, I was told it fruits between averagely 28 years, or between 20 years and 30 years. Through their scientific knowledge, we have fruits on a baobab tree they are working on in 27 months. That is a different story. I will invite you to go and talk to them about.
Yes.
These are the kind of technologies we are bringing on board. The sustainability, because that tree is going to add up to the ecosystem. And if you look at the value chain of that, it's a lot. Cape Coast Technical University, the students are learning to make mini computers and many others. So our individual stories are there. But we want to put the stories together and say that the technical universities have arrived and we are here to add value to this dear country of ours. We may not be able to catch up with South Korea and the rest immediately to overtake them, but at least we want to rub shoulder with them and tell them that giving the right opportunities, giving the right support from all our stakeholders, the technical universities will be able to make the difference that this country desires.
Great. So we keep stirring hearts and minds of these students to be able to stand innovative and very entrepreneurial. After the show, we'll be right back, and I will talk more about the second annual research and development conference for all technical universities in Ghana. In the short break, stay with us. Welcome back to AAU Talks on AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa. I'm glad here to be joined by Professor Ben Honyenugah, and he, the Vice Chancellor of the whole Technical University, and also the chairperson of the Vice Chancellors of Technical Universities Ghana. And Prof, now, I mean, this is in lieu to the second annual research conference, applied research conference, which brings together all the technical universities in Ghana. To showcase their innovation and technological prowess, not to compete, but to I mean, unified wise, to show that at least we have got good backup when it comes to technical support and education in Ghana. But let's look about, I know that this is not the first time you're doing this.
No.
You've had these innovations on your campuses, lots of them.
Yeah.
And that has been caged in there, let's say, admired by only people in the institutions.
Yes.
But we're thinking about, we've patronized foreign technologies for so many years.
Yeah.
We have done quite similar and better ones, but we have not commercialized.
Yeah.
What has hampered our confidence and our strength to step out there and commercialize them?
Yeah. Thank you very much. I think one of the challenges had been us not looking outward. In other words, we feel content with the innovation. Oh, we have made this in Ho. Okay, we clap for the students who have come out with that, maybe a maize shelling machine, or we have made this in Accra. So let's clap for them, and we are okay with it. Most of the challenges arose from the fact that we do not talk about the things we are doing. The students produce it together with their lecturers and technicians. We give them marks, and then we leave it. It is for that reason that the vice chancellors, or the 10 vice chancellors, have come together and said that, look, let's provide an avenue for us to exhibit these things. So it's an exhibition. It's also a demonstration to the whole Ghanaian populace that we have arrived. And 3, it's also a challenge thrown to each of the 10 technical universities. What am I bringing on board? Again,
to
showcase the dancing that I'm doing in my own corner. Now you are going to dance in Accra. You know, Accra is the biggest place.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to there. And then, God willing, we have invited His Excellency the President and the Minister of Education, and all the other people are coming to look at what we are doing. Each technical university is going to have a booth to exhibit, just like we see in the trade fair. So it also throws a challenge. As I speak, everybody is working. That our engineers, technicians, the hospitality,
to bring out the best.
Working to bring out the best.
But Prof, I think eventually we're looking at how these innovations are going to create jobs or transform societies. Are there avenues for that?
Yes, that's the second part I'm coming to.
Okay.
You know, the conference is not only for us technical universities to exhibit these things. We have invited captains of industry, and that is the entrepreneurial part.
Okay.
So beyond the sustainable technologies, innovation, the entrepreneurial part, we have invited captains of industry to register and exhibit also alongside. Come compete with us. You are in the industry. You are applying these innovations. Also talk to us. You find something. For example, in one campus, they made a cane, a white cane for the blind that can detect objects. At least to recall the whole one that we did. Is there any industry player who want to adopt that and scale it up? Invest in it, commercialize, scale it up. Talk to us, and then we take it up from there. So we are inviting industry to come stand by us, because we are already working together to be able to see how we can scale up this thing. Because we are a university, we are technical though, but our duty is actually to come out with these innovations. And that is what happens elsewhere. In Germany, that we are mimicking. There are University of Applied Sciences that we are mimicking. That is what happened. So the industry comes to discuss their challenges with the technical universities.
Then we tailor-make
solutions for them. Now, on our own way, we are coming up with things. Talk to us. Okay, you have come out with this machine, or you have come out with this concept. You have come out with this product. Our food science and technology people are doing great. Electrical engineering, electronics, they are doing great. All of them, automobile, whatever. Building technology, new ways of building, sustainable buildings and all that. Our architectural people if you go to Kumasi, the pharmacy technology people, Accra medical laboratory people, and all that, they are all working. Energies Way, Cape Coast, Takoradi, oil and gas. This is what we are doing. This is how far we have come. Industry, come talk to us so that we can apply this innovation for a better Ghana.
So one would say, has a coalition of technical universities, is there a prospect that you can now decide to patent your own innovations and stand as an industrial front to partner with industry with your own resources? Is that possible?
Yes, it is. One of the things that we are really working to achieve is to make sure that all these innovations that we come out with, we patent them first. You know, something happened in the polytechnic time, and at that time, I can mention one or two situations where people came out of products, and of course, as the days go by, we are learning. Then we quickly invite industry. Sometimes they come and look at it, invite them come so that we can scale it up. Without patenting, before you realize, you see the same product in the market, made by Kofi Kojo Industries. You can't complain. Okay. So one of the things that we are doing, so intellectual property rights is one cardinal thing we are pushing as vice chancellors to ensure that some of these innovations are patented. And once they are patented, because you see, when you have patents from universities, it's a credit.
Yeah.
It's a credit to the university, it's a credit to the nation.
Sure.
And it's a credit to Africa.
Yeah.
So when we patent, whether you are a foreign partner, you are a local partner, you talk to us, then we put our cards down, you put yours down, and we see how we can all move forward.
No, lots of observations are coming saying that, you know, universities are waiting for industry to initiate a talk.
Yes.
Industry has, or let's say, has there been a conscious effort that universities are now trying to propose a talk, initiate a talk? I mean, come talk to us. It's a whole different thing, you know.
Yes.
Has there been any concerted effort to initiate a talk with industry?
Sure.
The other way around.
Sure. As vice, and that is what we are expected to do, and we are doing it. Often you hear some players in industry, all they do is, they condemn, the student, they don't know anything. How would they know when we approach you to take them through training, the third prong training, which is internship, and you say no? If you say no, how will you bring them up? So now we are conscious, and together with all the stakeholders, we are talking to all of them as a group, individuals. Because if you come to my university, for example, there are captains that I can go to bed and call that we need this, and they are supporting us. Okay. You might be following the stories. The same way other universities are doing that. So I'm using this opportunity to also appeal to the industry that are not opening the doors, that we are knocking very, very hard. We will keep knocking at their doors. You know, in Germany, it's the other way around. The industries, the technical universities or the applied science universities, they have the chance to bluff the industries.
They want the innovation from
you.
They
want the thing so that they can apply them. But here we are knocking the doors. And it's a prayer that industry will stop the blame game. And we will also stop the blame game.
Absolutely.
We don't blame them, and they also don't blame us. But rather we talk to each other. This is exactly what we are doing. So as a group, as technical universities, we want to use this conference also as a forum to reach out to industry beyond what we are doing individually on our campuses. And it is so important to us. So not only the exhibitions, but our academics are expected to come out with some research findings that they have discovered in recent times to inform society. And those findings, we do not expect them to be on the shelves, That is why we are advocating a strong industry support.
Yeah.
And let me also use this media to appeal to industry. Of course, we need resources to run this conference.
Yeah.
And so they should come to our aid. People have started already. Some banks, some industry have started donating their widow's mite to support this conference because they see the future of this country in things like that. I want to invite them.
Sure.
Come support the technical universities. Yes. And I tell you, if industry puts its money where it should belong, that is in the development of the technical universities, things will change in this country.
Great.
We're going to produce the people. We're going to challenge our students. And all students who are listening to me, it is not by chance that you are in technical university. That is the place where you make the difference.
Great.
Because those who made the difference in the world are the people who can use their head, they can use their heart, and they can apply their hand. And not only that, sustainability is key. Because the environment we live in today must continue to stay safe for future generations.
Great.
This is our call.
Great.
And I believe we are going to live by it, and we are going to achieve collectively. So I use this opportunity to greet all my colleague vice chancellors, 10 of us who are giving the push together with our registrars and all the other management staff, the faculty who are the backbone of all these things, that we are at the crossroads as a nation, and we need to make things work. And when we make things work for this country, all this noise we are making about how to stop galamsey, it will stop. Because if you have a chap who can use his expertise from his or her expertise from a technical university to do something for himself, he will not allow himself to be recruited into the bush sometime by an unknown foreigner or to an unknown place. They will not allow themselves to be recruited by anybody to go and cause political mayhem anywhere. Because if you are busily working, you will not be part of that.
Yeah.
Right now, West Africa is faced with some challenges. Occasionally, our security people tell us people are being recruited to join some terrorist groups and so on. But I believe you sitting here, will somebody recruit you to go and join such a group because you are working? And it is the idle hands. And if we don't work hard to deepen technical vocational education and training, to deepen skills acquisition in this country, and we are happy that we have come on board as technical university where people who want to even be academics will still go through the technical university and achieve their dream. And I've always said, if you come to who, for example, my engineers, my automobile engineers, they repair cars, you'll be surprised. Bring your car. They will put on their workshop attire and go and let it work.
Splendid.
This is the way, the approach that the vice chancellors are looking for.
Great.
And we are challenging our staff, our faculty, to rearrange themselves to ensure that the support they have been giving us, they continue to give us to make sure that we can bring that difference. And within the decade of the technical university's existence, I believe you and I will assess and conclude whether we have been a blessing to this country.
It is.
Or otherwise.
It will be.
Which I believe.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So, I mean, amidst the surfeiting waves of sustainable development, it is also a point, a clarion call to technical universities in Africa and also in Ghana, basically to also contribute their efficient and effective handwork to innovation, technology, and entrepreneurial development. And it's one thing that we've not done so well in terms of commercializing our outputs, and that is why we find ourselves in such quite distressing situation. But I believe that the future is bright with the second annual research conference, basically trying to harness the interest of innovation, technology, and entrepreneurial development. Now we'll develop more patents, now more jobs, and more prospective avenues approaching by the mighty hands of our local universities all over the continent. So, I mean, I count it great interest to be part of this great story with Professor Ben Honyenugah, who is the Vice Chancellor of the Technical University and also the Chairperson of all Vice Chancellors Technical Universities in Ghana. So, Prof, it's been a great time with you on AAU Talks, and we look forward for the second annual research conference. And the first one was a big one. This will be a bigger one. So, we'll look forward to that and also be part of the conversation. Let's see how we transform with the inclusion of our technical universities in Africa. Have a nice day. Be safe and bye.